You are the Duke. A number one. You are the Duke. A number one. Welcome to the Justin Zone. Today is Election Day. And now presenting the new President of the United States, Justin! Oh, just kidding. So today's movie is Escape from New York. John Carpenter's, one of my favorite John Carpenter films, but then I like all John Carpenter films. So basically the idea, in 1988, the crime rate in the U.S. rose 400%. Wow. Now, you can't probably hear it, but this voice right now that's going on is Jamie Lee Curtis. It's really cool. Now, basically, in this movie, Manhattan Island has become a prison. They keep prisoners, stuff like that, you know, common stuff. So, any attempt out of this is like, when you try to leave, they'll kill you, they'll do this, they'll do that. You know? But there's more to it than just... And the Statue of Liberty is like, the island, Liberty Island basically is like the base. Now basically this film is taking place in 1997, which is weird because, you mean New York now is a prison? Go figure. So, anyway, you know, I don't know, I don't belong to Christian. I'm not a crook. Sorry, couldn't help it. It's election day. You know, you gotta go out there and celebrate something. Alright. Well, let's talk about the nit and gritty of this. We're talking about a guy, this film was the first film for Kurt Russell and John Carpenter to work together. Now, at the time, John Carpenter really wanted to find someone. You know that Charles Bronson and Tommy Lee Jones were the two auditioned to be Snake. Unfortunately, John Carpenter did not want Charles Bronson because he was afraid he'd lose creative control to a good actor. I can see that where it is. Snake Plissken is a mercenary type guy. You know, Kurt Russell wanted to do this because he kind of wanted to get away from all those Disney films he did. And, you know, this is kind of like the start of a beautiful friendship because John Carpenter Kurt Russell went on to do this, The Thing, Escape from L.A. I don't think he did anything else with John Carpenter. I'm sure he Big Trouble in Little China. And also, you have, in this one you have, hold on, we'll see him. Now we get to Air Force One. This is why I picked this as your president movie. Donald Pauls plays your president. Basically, these people hijack the ship. You know, it's always how it goes. Now there he is. He plays the president. Now he's forced to leave. Now I always wondered, from what I've told, they actually do have an escape pod for the president to leave. Is it this elaborate? I don't think so. But it's kind of really cool that, you know, that not really cool, but it's at least a safety factor. Now here you go. Donald Clausen plays. Now see, you're seeing it go into there. Now, it crashes. Basically, you have all this stuff happening. Okay. So, they go in to get him because they figure, oh, this will be easy. You know, it's never easy. So they go to the escape pod, and they're worried because, you know, this is a prison here. This is a freelance prison. So they're wondering, okay, oh my God, the president's gone. How in the world did they know the president was going to be gone? Oh, and here comes this guy. Oh, I love this guy. This guy is great. He's like the Duke. The Duke of New York is what this guy is, who runs the entire prison. Or not runs it, he like leads the gangs. Or some of the gangs. This guy is like his right-hand man. This guy is creepy. He goes... Yep, here he comes. This guy is just like... he is all kinds of crazy. Ooh. Me, he dies. In seconds, he dies. back and he dies. Here's proof. We have him. We show you his finger. Do 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 do.
I'm ready to talk. 19, 18,
Uh-oh.
21, 17.
Better get going.
Let's go. Let's go.
See, now the reason they're picking him up is he was on his way to do some kind of thing to keep two. Oh, there he goes. But he was on his way to do something, like some kind of treaty or something, to keep two countries from fighting. You know, prevent World War II, whatever you want. World War III at this time, I don't know. You know, it's always the president's doing this, someone's got to go in and get him. Well, here we go. We meet Snake Plissken. They're telling him, you go in, get him out. They're giving him all kinds of toys. Now this guy's actually in the fog. Now I can't remember where I've seen him before. You also have the girl who's in the fog who plays the radio host in this one. Now again, I said Jamie Lee Curtis does the voice for the. It's really cool. John Carpenter loves reusing all his actors as much as he wants. So he basically flies into New York. He's in New York. I don't want to give away too much. This is just interesting of all the weird stuff he goes through just to get the president back. You know, he meets all these different people along the way. Now, he has a device. He's supposed to track the president. He obviously doesn't find the president. Now, you know, since he didn't find the president, well, now you think, oh God, he's beating up the president. Now this is a very violent. Now at first, no one wanted to touch this film. This was actually a script that John Carpenter had been working on for since he had started. He wanted to do this. Nobody would do that. You know, and I kudos. This is probably one of his I love all his films. This one is like, I love this character, and of course they went and did the sequel, Escape from L.A., which is where he goes to get the president's daughter, who has a device that will apparently shut off all the power. That's nice. Let's make a device that shuts off all the power. You know? Now we meet, along the way, it's like, there's all these, and this is interesting, there are all these crazy people out here that apparently eat people. And, you know, it's like, what's going to happen next? You know, and this girl, and he's like, oh God, what are these people after? You know? And I always like, everybody meets Snake Plissken, they say, Snake Plissken, I thought you were dead. Sorry. Excuse me. Anyway, and of course he meets her. He got a gun. You know, and there are no guns in this prison. There's pretty much nothing in this prison. Now, Snake Plissken is just trying. Well, the girl, unfortunately, no one very lives long in this city unless he can help it. You know, I love this film. This is, I know I keep saying that, but it's a really good. If you've never seen it, see it. It's a great film. I'm not going to show you the video now. Let's at least meet. Here we go. We meet. There's Woman from the Fog, but we also meet this guy called Brain. He is like he helps the Duke make gasoline, stuff like that. That's Cabby. He's another one of those odd characters you have. And what's interesting, though. Well, see, that's what why he wants Brain. But it's like Snake and Brain know each other. He knew him. He was going to kill him. He's like, yeah, I'll kill you. Now they're driving, trying to get away from the Duke. Let's see. And here comes, this is where we meet the Duke. I at least want to show you, this guy is crazy. This is like, these are a psycho killer. Like, he you know, he has the president, he'll do, and there's his crazy psycho. Ah.
Friend of yours, Brain?
He's not a friend of mine. So anyway, let's conclude this episode. Today is Election Day, but at least by the time this airs, I hope you have a very safe Election Day. Go out there, make the right choice. You know? Is there a wrong choice? Yes, no, maybe. But don't ever think that you're making a wrong choice. You know? Do what you feel is right. So anyway, 4 score and 7 something as other, I brought you to show you a great film. So, enjoy yourself. If you haven't seen Escape from New York, you're really missing out. Enjoy this. This has been the Justin Zone. I currently resign as of following... Oh, I'm kidding. You know, I gotta get in the... I'm Richard Nixon. No, I'm not a crook. Stuff like that. Adios.